Hey YouTubers, this is Rant and Robin.
And DigiFoxCat. With all the hype of DuckTales coming, we wanted to show you some of our vintage toys. Most of these are mine, because I was a DuckTales kid growing up in the 90s. So here we have the main set of Applause plush Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby set. Here is Huey, Dewey, and Louie of that set. This is one wave set. I think they had another one where they had the blackboards, but these are the ones with just the initials on their shirts in white. I got these growing up. I had the whole set. I believe you found these at the Hallmark stores mostly. And yeah, because they were originally toys, they are gray instead of white now. This series really had them looking like just three identical ducks with just the different colors.
As a collector, you can tell that there's been a little bit of wear on each of the toys, so the value does plummet a little bit, but because of the scarcity of these toys, you could probably still sum up a pretty good sum of money for any one of them solo, but as a set, probably a lot more. The only real areas where there are a lot of damage just over the years is, of course, the alternate shade of white. I'm going to use Louie as an example. You'll notice the kind of darker shade of white. I mean, that's just common when a kid plays with a toy in the dirt. No matter how clean it is, it does become. And over the years of just sitting in a bedroom gathering dust, it also turns another shade, and then the fur gets old, that kind of stuff. This can only really be prevented by keeping it in an airtight case or something of that sort, or just not touching them at all. The L on his shirt, much like the others, the L on his shirt is starting to peel. These are rubber. Most likely.
Well, they're like felt stickers.
Felt stickers, but they are starting to peel. This peeling's most evident on, actually it's not too evident on any of them. Huey's H is kind of fading a little bit, but unlike some of the rubber stickers that have been on past, on some toys, which peel in a big layer, felt at least kind of wears off pretty evenly, and even with the wear and tear of a kid playing with it, you can notice the L's still pretty clear here. But yeah, again, I really like the hat design, how they did the hats on each of them.
Yeah, the hat's reminiscent of their Donald Duck cameos rather than DuckTales, which had them a solid color, if I remember correctly, in the series. These were more reminiscent of the white and colored hats that they had in the Donald Duck cartoons leading up to DuckTales.
Yep.
Okay, here's Webby from the set. Webby was the we needed a girl in the series, but we didn't want to have Daisy in the series because we really didn't have Donald. And Daisy sort of had a trio of nieces, April, May, and June. Not a lot of people remember or know about these, and Webby kind of formed out of those three. She is probably the one that's showing the most wear. I'm going to bring her in so you can see here on her eyelashes are kind of falling apart. Again, these were well used and everything. You can see it better on this one. They have a tuft of fluff on the top of their head, and their tails are really fuzzy. Yeah, got some good designs. She's, like I said, like the other ones, age has really gotten to her a little bit. And
yeah, she seems to be about the same condition as the rest, but again, the eyelashes, of course. And it is interesting to note that because of the time period of when these were created, there is more of a stationary look to all of them, with little embellishments that dictate which one they are in specific, such as different shirt colors and addition of a bow. But the ultimate body is pretty much looks the same on all four of them.
I'll lean her down so you can see her satin bow that she has, which is brown faded. The edging here is faded to almost white. It's not a brighter pink like it used to be back in like 93 when I had these. And next will be some surprise. Okay, so I was the gambiest kid on the block when we had the Applause set because Bubba story arc had just recently aired when these were popular, and I wanted Bubba because he was part of the kid set. My mom, being the crafty person she was, found an extra one and made me a Bubba. So I had a Bubba. You can't really tell, but you zoom in there on the eyes, you can tell this was once a Webby, and a few places you can pop up the fur and see the pink, but it was originally a Webby that my mom made into Bubba for me. Now, the dinosaur most of you to go, isn't that Land Before Time? Yes, it is Land Before Time. It was from Pizza Hut when we had Pizza Hut restaurants all over the place. We don't have any really in California anymore. We've got like one that came back in the area a year ago.
And most of them are not sit down anyways with the toys and stuff anymore.
So this originally was Sarah, but for me it was always Tootsie, and Bubba needed Tootsie. This one will just be...
Yeah, I think this is an interesting one because obviously you don't know the collector's value of this because it's literally the only one that exists because it's handmade. But of course it fits with the set, and because of the professionality of how it was made, if she didn't tell you it was a Webby before it was a Bubba, you would think that it just came as part of the set. The only difference is that, of course, the fur on the head and the fur on the chest seem a little bit better quality than what they would have probably made had they done it themselves.
Yeah, we could probably price Sarah / Tootsie here, but yeah, that one's showing its age with the horn paint's coming off and there's cracks in it. I'm going to flip it here a little bit so you can see it is a hand puppet. So there's that one, and show you the backside of Bubba here. And it's a little tough. There. Okay, here is the Scrooge McDuck I put in with my Applause set growing up. This one is originally from the Disney Store, and he's originally from Uncle Scrooge's original animated debut, which is Mickey's Christmas Carol. He was, of course, Scrooge in that one, and his glasses are gold in this one, and you want to lift him up. And if you've seen the first episode of the new series Woohoo, or however you want to say it, you might recognize the colors he's wearing. This design comes basically straight out of the Uncle Scrooge, Donald Duck family comics.
Yeah, it was a different choice that they went with for the DuckTales series, but for those of you wondering why the new DuckTales has this outfit, it's because they're going back more to the comic book roots, which we'll get into a little bit later.
Why don't you turn him around so we can kind of see his back? You can see in the back here, he does have Velcro, so you could have Naked Scrooge. Well, he would still have his little foot things. I don't even know what those are called. And his top hat.
Yep.
Very squishy top hat. Like the others, age has really gotten to this one. Especially in his side fur, it's kind of sticky from skin oils and dust and everything.
But being, if you look him up on eBay, you'll find that there's barely any listings for him. He is hard to find, so there's a lot of value.
When you do find a listing, you can have anywhere from $30 to about $40 asking price for him.
Yep.
And that's on Amazon or eBay, both. Alright, these are the Walt Disney World plushes of Huey, Dewey, and Louie. I'm wondering if anybody noticed something that's different from these. These are very similar design to the Applause ones, where they have their letter on their chest.